Hello my friends, followers and also channel members. Welcome aboard. Today in this flight we are taking off from the vibrant city of Istanbul and heading east to the historic heart of Anatolia, Kayseri in the Airbus A320 using Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. As a real-world airline pilot, I will walk you through every phase of flight from pre-flight setup and other procedure to realistic seat and start navigation and a smooth touchdown sharing real life insight along the way. Whether you are an aviation enthusiast, a fellow seamer, or just love the skies, you are in the right place. This channel dedicated to sharing authentic professional flying experiences directly from the flight deck. At the next stage, welcome to all my subscribers, new and returning. Your support keeps this journey going. If you enjoy realistic flight sim content from a pilot's perspective, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Now sit back, relax and enjoy the flight from Istanbul to Kayseri and clear for takeoff. Okay, welcome back into the cockpit. Right now we are loading the flight from SimBrief, as you see, from Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet Sabiha Gökçen with the Pegasus airline flight Sunturk 4416 toward Lima Tango Alpha Uniform. Go to the mass and balance and load the aircraft. I use the instant option, and as you see we have the zero fuel weight of 5.6, almost 0.8, with the zero fuel weight CG of 31.2, with a gross weight 63 point, almost 2 for departure, and also a gross weight CG of 29.2, correction 0.4, with the planned fuel of 6,417. That's okay. Let's go through the procedure for power up the aircraft and introduce the electric power to the aircraft. But at the previous and also first stage, return back to the outside of the aircraft. As you see, we can check that the chocks are in place about the landing gears and also landing gear area, and doors are closed, and also APU area about the winglets and also outlets as same as doors are closed. Perfect. Let's go into the cockpit again, and as a preliminary cockpit preparation, just we have to check that the engine masters levers are off, engine mode selector is normal, and also weather radar system is off, and also predictive wind shear system. Perfect. Go through the landing gear lever down, both wipers are off, and also check the battery voltage. Perfect, about to 5.5. Batteries are in auto, and right now due to airline policy we do not start the APU. Go through the introduce the external power to the aircraft, going down for check the everything. Check the RMPs and ACPs and set the frequencies for tuning in VHF 1 as well as VHF 2, 1 to 8.9, or me, and also okay for VHF3 on data. Okay, we put the guard switches right now for the active frequency on VHF2. VHF1 is regarded to VATSIM, and also reception is okay for the right side. RMP is on, and set the VHF2 and also the interphone as same as the PA2 on, and that's a good selection. And return back to the overhead panel for do the APU fire test. Okay, perfect, and go to the overhead panel for air condition panel, and we will return back to this panel later. Let's set the ADIRS 1 to nav, check on battery, ADIRS 2, and also then ADIRS 3 in nav mode. Perfect. Return for check the and set the all cockpit lighting. Perfect. And it's a daytime, there is no need for flood light as same as integral light, and just turn the nav and logo to system 1. Okay, go to the EFV section, return back to the EFV, and for the moment go through the documentation. At first go through the check the flight Pegasus 4416 from Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet Lima Tango Alpha Uniform, and also estimated time of departure will be expected time of departure 1430, and also as same as weights, and block fuel for 6417 6420. Perfect. And for the documentation, check the normal checklist for Airbus A320, and also for the QRH Airbus A320 CFM engines, and 27 April 2022 is a issue date for the QRH. And go for the FMS. Okay, engines CFM 56-5 Bravo 4, and also nav database is active. And for the okay, there is no inserted pilot inserted waypoint route and nav here. Okay, that's time for go to the ATSU AUC menu, and also for the flight init, and right now request for the init data. Okay, Papa Golf Tango 4416 from Lima Tango Foxtrot Julia Lima Tango Alpha Uniform for the alternate with the alternate Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet, and trip time 54 sorry minutes. And for the init page we request for the init here, and the information is correct, and just insert the Papa Golf Tango 4416 as a flight number here, and everything is good. And go through the recall check. Okay, system is normal, there is no any other items. And also for the MEL-CDL, do not have any MEL-CDL today for this flight. Aircraft configuration summary as same as OABs already checked, and also aircraft acceptance is done. Airfield data, we go through the FMS for the ATSU and also AOC menu for the weather. Lima, the Tango, Foxtrot, Juliet. Here we request for METOR and send. Okay, return back, go to the received message here, and there's a load sheet. We do not accept yet, we will check it later. Weather data for the Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet based on time 1320 Zulu is a wind from 240 degrees 08 knots, variable between 210 degrees and 280 degrees. Ceiling and visibility is okay. Temperature 28 and dew point 10 with the QNH 1010. No significant within 2 hour later, and also for the runway 24 left that we will depart, the wind is 230 degrees 7 knots and variable between 190 and 250. Perfect. And go through the EFV for the actually airport weather. As you can see, for the here for Sabiha Gökçen and also for the destination, everything is good, and just we expect some wind shear over there at destination. And also for the Ankara Esenboğa, we have some wind right now from 240 degrees to 1 knot up to 35 knot gusting, and thunderstorm rain with the FUCB at 2,500 feet, broken 3,000, broken 9,000, and also with the temperature 18 and KNH 1017. Perfect. And everything is good. Go through the preliminary takeoff calculation. Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet, runway 24 left and right. Sync for load sheet 62.8. 62.8 is correct, and also weather is regarded to 1320. Perfect. Let's go for calculate. As you can see, 147, 147 and 149er with the config 1 plus F, and also flex 68. Okay, perfect calculation. Do not insert this one at in the MCDU, and preliminary takeoff data inserted, MEL and CDL item are checked. Okay, go through the ECAM again for some check over there about the engine oils. 17.5, 17.5, perfect. Go through the hydraulic. All reservoirs are full and check, and about the right now oxygen 1800 psi with no limitation, and also that's enough. And for mine, I go through the wheel check, but today it is the first sector of this aircraft to fly, and everything is good. Okay, for the time, go through the check. The flap lever is in 0 position. Check with the indication on ECAM. Speed brake lever is in retract position, and also disarm time. For check the parking brake, which is pressure check, but accumulator pressure is not within green area, and get a clearance from the ground engineer or a staff to pressurize the hydraulic. Cockpit to ground. Good afternoon, my friend. We are going to pressurize the yellow electric pump of hydraulic for energize and pressurize the accumulator pressure, and just want to get a clearance. Thank you. Everything is clear. Perfect. Okay, going for hydraulic, yellow hydraulic, and also electric pump. Turn it to on. Okay, the accumulator pressure is charged, and again go through the overhead panel, hydraulic, yellow hydraulic page, and electric pump. Turn to off. Perfect. And right now go to set the parking brake to off. Already check that the chocks are in place, and check the alternate braking system with the full brake pedal pressure. Everything go as expected and perfect. And time for check the emergency equipment as same as fire extinguisher, oxygen mask, oxygen gloves, escape ropes, and any other item about the emergency equipment, and also gear pins by both pilot. And then go through the exterior walk around by pilot monitoring. Okay, right now the exterior walk around is done by pilot monitoring. Both pilots are seated here, and the pilot flying go through the setup of the panels and also fellow patterns, which start from the overhead panel. And as you can see here, we have 3 sections in the overhead panel. From the left side, just started, and before that go through the all the overhead panel. Because of dark cockpit philosophy, at the first go through the turn off all white and also off flights, which is not as a normal procedure and a standard condition right now. For the first section, go through the oxygen. The section of crew supply is checked, ground control on, and also CVR test. Perfect. Everything is good. And also about the evac command, according to my company policy, turn it and select the switch to captain purser. Right now for the external lights, just turn the strobe light to auto and no smoking to auto, and also emergency exit light to arm. And go through the cabin pressurization, landing elevation auto, mode selector auto, prop and also window heat auto. And today we have, right now, as you can see here, how many passengers we have on board right now. For the passengers, let me check the weather chart, component NOTAMs, and also additional info here. Oh, okay, sorry, time and weight. As you see that we have a 134 passenger on board. And right now for the overhead panel, because the passengers are less than 141, we set the pack flow to low and also cross split valve to auto, and go through the ECAM, set the electrical panel selected, and go for battery 1 and 2 off, then auto. Okay, perfect. Time noted for 10 seconds. What are you doing here? Wow, what happened here? Let me check, sorry. It's not Okay, it was strange and unexpected. Okay, door is open and also jetway is connected. What happened there? Okay, that's good, and time is over than 10 seconds, and right now, as you can see, the ampere of the battery is 3414 ampere and also reducing. Perfect. Let me check about the outside of the aircraft. Okay, windy condition. Okay, return back to the overhead panel. Batteries are okay. Everything is okay here, and also go through the engine fire test. Engine number 1 fire test. Perfect. Engine number 2 fire test. Okay, and again, check the overhead panel and also about the RMP and also ACPPA is in a good selection, and everything is perfect on the overhead. Okay, let's go through the main instrument panel for the ISIS condition and also adjust the brightness and also reset ISIS and attitude reset within 10 seconds. For the DDRMI, there is no flag, and also for the brake echo triple indicator and gear lever, and also about the clock. Right now, today is 7th of May 2025, which is perfect. The selection is okay. Anti-skid and nose wheel steering switch position as well, same as auto brake and also landing gear indication. Everything perfect. And then after, return back to the pedestal for the first section. RMPs are set, and also, as you can see, for the cockpit door. Okay, open, and also return back to the pedestal, and brakes is also check as same as the accumulator pressure and also cockpit door. Return back to the center section of the pedestals. About the switching condition, all are in normal, and also a thrust lever idle with the engine master switch off, and also engine mode selector to normal, and also go through the here about the RMP and ACP selection, and right now for the selection of transponder and also TCAS. Everything perfect here. And right now, as a next item, go through the setup of the FMS right now. Before that, for the initialization page for the cost index, as you can see here, today we use the cost index of 10 here, and we put 10. We will cruise at fly level 330 with the temperature of about the wind information at top of climb 330 minus 51, and the outside the temperature according to ATIS was 28, and request winds. Okay, nav accuracy upgraded, checked, the GPS primary checked, and wind data uplink. Perfect. For the init page, there is no other items, and go through the flight plan page from Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet. Runway departure will be runway 2 full left for the we send one X-ray departure, which is then we send one X-ray out of runway 2 full left. Perfect. And for the here right now. I put the range to minimum, select the plan, and here I insert the Sabiha to Kayseri, and right now for the we send one X-ray departure as found here. For the RNAV seat we send one X-ray departure. After departure go for Foxtrot Juliet 015. After departure, at departure end of runway, go to 800 feet, then Foxtrot Juliet 015. Foxtrot Juliet 015 max speed 240 at or above 3000 feet. Let's select the constraint here. At or above 3000 feet, max speed 240. Then proceeding for Foxtrot Juliet 1016, then NV. Foxtrot Juliet 016, then NV. Then after IPSIN at or below 16,000 feet. 160 high level. NV, then IPSIN. Which is constraint is okay, then go through the Lekki and then after Visen. Perfect. Lekki then to Visen. Good, very good. And also go for Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet for fix info. Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet 24 left. The runway track for runway 24 left is 239er, which I set here, and also again for the vertical go to the RTA and I put 1430 as a expected takeoff time. If I'm back to the flight plan and go to the Lima Tango Alpha uniform for the arrival, and we will go to the ILS X-ray runway 24 via, as you know, Saris 1 Papa arrival, and according for the star and via Alpha uniform 102 is inserted, and everything we go as okay. Perfect, and then from Lima Tango Alpha uniform according to return back, proceeding for Kisla 1 kilo departure, and turn back to Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet in case for Tokyo 1 Hotel. Okay, let's go through the FMS at the departure out of runway 25 for Kisla 1 kilo. Kisla 1 kilo, perfect, and insert for the setup of the return back flight toward from Kayseri toward Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet, and arrival will be ILS Yankee runway 24 right. ILS Yankee runway 24 right via Tokyo 1 Hotel. Tokyo 1 Hotel, and also OQP is correct. Tokyo, and just check that there is no discontinuity. In case we will check this routing from Kayseri for return back to Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet later in case of go around. But everything is perfect, go as expected, and also go to the secondary flight plan, copy active. And right now at departure end of runway 24 left, I insert the engine out seat here. It is out of runway Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet via runway 24 left, which is departure runway, on track 239 for 25 mile, which is engine out seat according to policy. Put it here and store, and also return back to the secondary flight plan, insert engine out seat here just after runway, and insert the holding here with the inbound course 239er and standard with the time of 1 minute. Okay, return again. We go to the seat for departure, which is, we send one X-ray. As you can see, the runway heading minimum sector altitude will be 4,500 with a speed almost the green dot, and the green dot speed right now as calculation is 211 for the time being. And as you see, 4,500 for the altitude for the holding. I insert 211 as a green dot speed and 4,500 here for the altitude. Here 211 4,500 feet, and then from NenV is a good place for insert the Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet as a new destination and go through the setup of the arrival for ILS Yankee runway 24 right. Here ILS Yankee runway 24 right, no via, no seat, everything is good right now. For the engine out seat, I return back to the flight plan, primary flight plan, go through the lateral revision and also fix info next for second fix info page, and insert engine out seat here. Okay, perfect. And right now, as I increase the range, you can, oh sorry, oops, you can see the engine out seat here as a point for awareness, and also we input it in the secondary with the holding as published in the company. Engine out seat procedure. Okay, perfect. Secondary flight plan, go through the performance, and next for the arrival we will input the QNH 1010. It is for arrival in case of return back to the airport. Temperature 28 for the Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet, and also wind was for the runway 24. For the general condition of the airport, 240 degrees was at 8 knots, and also transition altitude is for the seat, as you can see here, the transition altitude 2,000 feet, and for the transition level, as you can see, it will be here by ATC. Go through the ILS Yankee runway 24 right, ILS Yankee runway 24 right. Okay, transition level is by ATC. For today, we insert as a most of the day that I flew to Istanbul is level 135, and also the minimum for this procedure is 590 for the ILS or localizer Yankee runway 24 right. Okay, 135 and 590 9590, perfect. And for the next, the elevation of the runway is almost 300 feet, and I insert 1100 and also 1800 here and 1800 here. Perfect. Go through the RoadNav page. For the seat, we just insert the Sierra Bravo Hotel Sabiha with the frequency 108.8 here. Sierra Bravo Hotel. Sierra Bravo Hotel here, 108.8, India Sierra Golf Bravo. For runway 24 left, let's to check. For runway 24 left. Okay, there is nothing, just we want to check India Sierra Golf Bravo 109.35 to 83. 35 to 38, correction. 238 is good, and let's check this one again about the VOR. Sierra Bravo Hotel is perfect, and okay, there is nothing to do for this, and RoadNav page is set up. Okay, and go for the init page Bravo of the FMS, but before that, go through the ATSU for AOC menu and also receive message and load sheet. Okay, the load sheet is compliance with Echo Delta November number 2 and also Papa Golf Tango 4416. Aircraft from Sabiha to Kayseri. Aircraft is Tango Charlie Delta Charlie Hotel, and also zero fuel weight as expected, 56.8. 56.8, perfect. Takeoff weight 60.8, perfect, and pax 134. For the second page, Mach of zero fuel weight 31.2, correct. Mach for takeoff weight is 29.4, which is correct, and also fuel in tank 6470. Okay, perfect. And for the third page, which is related to cargo distribution, almost about the cargo 600, and also it will be about 2010 kilogram. And for the final, that's okay and accepted. Go for the next page of the init page. The zero fuel weight is almost 56.8 with the CG of 31.2 inserted, and also fuel will be 6.4. and let the FMS calculate the predictions. Okay, extra time will be 1 hour and 9 minutes with the extra fuel 2300 kilogram. For the alternate, it's will be 400 kilogram, but you can go through the documents, and also here we can find that for alternate we can use 2600. Okay, 2.6 for the alternate, and also the extra is checked to 200 kilogram with the time 5 minutes at destination. Okay, and for the performance page, go through the EFB about the departure runway, and also the jetway is disconnected again, as I see. I don't know why. Disconnect the tow truck. Hope to don't have any problem for push and start. Okay, do not open the door again and go through the preparation of the FMS and sync the final load sheet, and it will be goes for the optimum flaps with the engine anti-ice apex will be off, and sync the weather for time 1350 right now, wind 240 degrees 9 knots, curve okay, and it will be variable between 220 and 28 knot, and as you can see the rest of the report about the QNH is a 1009er. Okay, let's calculate according to procedure and send to the MCDU 147, 147, 149er with the flap setting of 1 plus F and flex temperature of 68. Okay, 147, 147, 149er flap setting 1 plus F, flex 68, and here 1100 and 1100 and 1800, and transition altitude 12000 is correct. And for the progress page, I insert Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet 24 right in case of return back. Okay, the FMS setup is completed, and go through the rest of the procedure. And for the glare shield and FCU setup, the QNH is 1009er, constraint arc here, VOR, and for the seat here, as you can see, the initial climb altitude is 6000, as I see. Yeah, yes, initial climb clearance is 6000, which is set on the FCU, and for the right FS panel range minimum constraint arc and also perfect. Glare shield, FS and FCU panel are set up, and also everything for the go for oxygen mask check. But before that, do the selection for the loudspeaker. Leave it at 1 o'clock, and interphone switch on, push button released, and also good volume. Go for the oxygen mask test. Okay, yellow blinker checked, yellow blinker checked, and a right side pilot should check according to this procedure. Okay, we go through the selection of brightness of the PFD, and is perfect, and for the pressurization on the ECAM system display, landing elevation is auto with the landing elevation of 3,450 feet, which is perfect for the aircraft status. The status of the aircraft right now in up system Cat 2, which is normal, and right now fuel on board is 6,420. Distributions checked and also balanced both sides. Pilot monitoring side will be at flight plan page, and also MCDU of the pilot flying should be at performance. Okay, and now go through the briefing, and also the briefing is completed. Threat and also many other items about, and as same as mitigations, and also any notok for the captain and flight crew, and as same as any dangerous goods are considered, and the briefing is completed. Load sheet is received, and also fuel on board again according to load sheet is checked, and final takeoff performance is calculated. There is no other item, and go for turn the seatbelt sign to on and start the APU right now. Starting APU. Let me check right now the accuracy of the position monitoring. We have on IRS 1, 2, and 3 greens, 0.1, 0.0, and 0.1 again for IRS 3. Everything perfect. And we can go through the cockpit preparation checklist. Cockpit preparation checklist: mobile phones off, gear pins and covers removed, a fuel quantity 6,420, ADIRS as check already, nav and also seat belt on as same as here on the memo, and also ADIRS as check in nav position. Barrel ref QNH 1009 are set both sides. APU available, APU bleed should be go to the air condition panel, APU bleed on, and electric external power off. Disconnect the ground power, and also connect the tow truck. Everything is good, and we are now going for get the clearance from the airport for push and start. But before that, let me to have an announcement for passenger for the boarding. A short announcement. Okay, dear ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck. Welcome on board this Airbus A320 flight from Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen to Kayseri. We are just about ready to push back and begin our journey. Our estimated flight time today is approximately 55 minutes, and once airborne we will be cruising at 33,000 feet. Weather along the route is mostly favorable, and also on behalf of myself and the entire crew, thank you for flying with us today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Thank you. Okay. The beacon is turned to on, and also push and start clearance is received. Cockpit to ground. Cockpit to ground. We are going to pressurize the hydraulic for energize the accumulator pressure. Okay, thank you. Hydraulic, yellow hydraulic, electric pump. Hydraulic PT on memo, check. And turn it off, hydraulic, yellow, and electric pump. Okay. Cockpit to ground. Okay, just now before starting checklist, parking brake set to on and also takeoff speed and thrust. V1147, VR147, V2149er and the flex temperature 68. Windows doors are closed and also windows are closed and also cockpit door. And beacon on before start checklist completed. Cockpit to ground. We are ready for push and start phase toward actually east FM. Perfect. Parking brake released and commencing pushback.
Arm doors and cross check.
Okay, pushback is completed. Thank you. Parking brake is set to on, pressure check, and also parking brake on memo. Disconnect and going for starting engine. Fluid pressure is checked to 8, starting engine number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe. And the brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits.
Okay, going for starting engine number 2.
Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. In an emergency, leave all baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch and put it over your head. The tapes around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to
Okay,
adjust.
perfect. Everything is good. We
Not
have
inflate the life jacket inside the
both
aircraft.
engine in
When outside, inflate it by
good
pulling the
condition.
toggle. If it fails to
Okay,
inflate,
cockpit to ground.
it means topping up. Blow into this tube.
We have
There is a light
started
and whistle
both
attracting
engine, and we
attention.
have a two engine
Crew can assist you
in
with
good
life
condition.
jackets
Please
and
remove
shields.
everything and
Your
give me a
tray
hand
table must
signal
now be stowed,
and show the
armrests
pins
down,
from
window
the
doors
left
open,
side.
and
Thank
seat
you. Have a nice day.
fastened. Further information regarding your safety on board can be found in the in-flight magazine. We hope you have a great flight.
Okay, time for go through the after start checklist and already check that there is no amber nose wheel steering disconnect on memo, and also the clearance is received from the ground staff. After start checklist, anti-ice off and ECAM status check normal, pitch trim 0.2 unit down with the CG about 2.9, and also rudder trim neutral. After such checklist completed, okay, flight control check. Full up, full down, neutral. Full left, full right, neutral. For the rudder, pedal disconnect. Full left, full right, neutral. Perfect. Rudder disconnect on press. Okay, request for taxi. Okay, taxi clearance is received. A little power for a start and initiation the movement. Okay. Brake pressure check at 0. Left is clear, right is clear, also proceeding for taxi. Via taxiway Foxtrot 4, then Echo cross threshold runway 24 right, for Charlie 11, then Charlie. And we'll review the rest of the procedure later. Okay,
Cabin
this
crew seats for takeoff.
here is a congested area. Okay, this is Captain.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Thank you. The cabin is secure for departure. Here is a congested area, and we do not have increase or allow the speed, and the aircraft accelerate above 10 knots and just approaching Abeam of hotspot 1. Left side is clear as well as the right side. Good weather in Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen right now. We are approaching taxiway Foxtrot 4 toward Echo. A little bit power for initiation of turn. Right is clear. Oops. Another day. Perfect. Right is clear, left is clear. Okay. We are crossing threshold runway 24 right. The clearance is received by the ATC and reducing the speed of the aircraft. Strobe light on. Left and final runway 24 right is clear. Right hand also runway 24 right is clear, as you see. There is no other traffic. Okay. Strobe light off. Sorry, in auto, and ATC inform about the runway 24 right vacated. Turning right into Charlie. Increasing power. We are not allowed in normal condition to increase the N1 above 40%, except in some condition. Okay, right now taxiing and taxiway Charlie, as you see, and the next one will be turn to the left. Left is clear, right side also reducing the speed. Okay, turning into taxiway Mike on left hand side. Everything is good, and go for taxi checklist. Flight controls checked, flap setting, config 1+F, and radar and predictive wind shear system on Anatolia, engine stall selector Auto ICAM memo takeoff no blue. And taxi checklist is completed. Left is clear, right is clear. Okay, we are going for taxiway Alpha and then to the left for holding position 10. There is congested area, reducing speed to about 10 knots. Nice view and also nice scene of Istanbul. Sorry for the matter. Okay, starting taxi. Approaching Alpha, taxiway Alpha, we turn to the left for holding position 10. Right is clear and also left side, reducing the speed right now and turning left into taxiway Alpha. We are on a straight taxiway Alpha out of congested area of any ramp, parking and also other areas. We can accelerate up to 30 knots and just with a brake application then we'll reduce to 10 knot or lower speed. But right now the aircraft is not accelerating and the ground speed is right now 16 knots. Time for request the departure clearance from the ATC and get the readiness for departure to air traffic controller. Okay, departure clearance is received by the ATC and we allowed for a lineup and takeoff out of runway 24 left. A little bit more power. Perfect. We should turn into second taxiway to the right for lineup. Runway 24 left. Okay, approaching Alpha 11. Lineup clearance already received, reducing the speed, and also set X 1 and 2. To off, and also cabin crew prepare for departure. Strobe light, landing lights, and also no light takeoff. Okay, left and final runway 24 left is clear. Also right and left. Okay, everything is perfect. And cabin crew notified. Clock is takeoff time cleared. Time is 1:47, and also time for lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 24 left, TCAS TARA, and also PAX 1 and 2 off. Takeoff. Okay, we have 6,180 kilograms of fuel. Engines are stabilized at 50% almost. Manflex 68 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Thrust set 100 checked. V1 rotate. Passive climb. Gear up. Nav. Autopilot 1. Thrust climb. Climb. Auto thrust. Alt 6000 blue. Check. PAX 1 on. Climbing final flight level 330. Sun Turk 4416. Okay, Alt 16,000 feet magenta, SS speed check flap 0, speed check flap 0, second pack on. After takeoff, items completed, and also we are clear to climb fly level 330, and ATC told that unrestricted climb fly level 330, just open climb alt 33,000 feet blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened whilst the seatbelt sign is on.
Perfect departure out of runway 24 left at Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen,
Remember that smoking is not permitted.
and unrestricted climbing 33,000 feet.
In a few moments, we will commence our in-flight service.
For Foxtrot Juliet 015, we have to have at or above 3,000 feet, which is right now we are out of 7,600 feet, and at our maximum speed 240, which is right now we are 240 knots. Turning into Foxtrot Juliet 016 and increasing the speed to 250 knots. Perfect flight. Just passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights off, wing light off. That's seatbelt sign off. Here. Review the memo, and also
Ladies and gentlemen,
optimum is fly level 370, recommended max 390, GPS primary accuracy high, perfect, and approaching 12,000 feet, which is transition altitude. Turning toward NV, increasing the range of the navigation display. Okay, transition altitude, set a standard set, and cross check passing level 129er. Now checked no difference between altimeters. As you can see, climb page 90 mile to top of climb, and top of climb will be according to this condition at time 1455, which is almost 11 minutes later, just passing NV, and also speeds increased to 284, which is managed climb speed. Increasing the range of the navigation display up to 40 miles. Turning toward Ipsin, we should be at IPSIN at or below fly level 160, but the ATC cleared us non-restricted climb, which is we selected the open climb function to do unrestricted climb to fly level 330, and as a normal aircraft accelerated to final climb speed, which is right now for this condition, and also FMGC calculation for the performance. It is 284, and the speed, as you see, increased up to 284, and upon reaching IPSIN we set the managed climb on the FCU with the push the altitude selector knob. Right now just passing level 200. Train is off, but we have some clouds ahead. Would prefer to maintain the weather radar on, although in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 there is no indication about the weather on ND. IPSIN is passed, just push the altitude knob, and as you can see, climb is the FMA mode on the primary flight display. Climb checked, and everything go perfectly. Just we have 20 mile inbound to Vicen. Vicen is our seat point. We should do some tasks at Vicen, and also upon reaching the final flight level 330 we check the systems, and also I will invite you to the cockpit again for the second part of this video for approach and land in a Kayseri Lima Tango Alpha uniform on board Sunturk 4416. Stay tuned. Everything about the engine condition, about vibrations, N1 vibration, N2 vibration, EGT, and also other items are perfect, very accurate, and well designed aircraft by Phoenix. And whenever I fly this bird, really I enjoy it. As you see, we have just 7.2 mile to Vicen, and climbing out of level 260, the pitch altitude is below 5 degrees. The rate of climb is about 1,800-900 feet per minute, and it's a short flight. It's preferable to turn the seatbelt sign to off for the cabin crew to serve the passengers about the food, drinks, and also other catering items, and get ready as soon as possible for descent and approach. Okay, approaching Vicen, go through the flight plan page for the lateral revision, fix info, clear, first, then clear the second fix info, go to the rod nav page, and also clear all manual inserted items in rod nav page. India Kilo Sierra Romeo with the frequency 110.3 with the final course 250 is an auto tune option of the FMS for the ILS of runway 25 in Kayseri. We do not remove this one, and also go to the secondary flight plan page and copy active the primary in secondary. Okay, just passing level 286 and climbing level 330. Let's go through the performance page. The managed speed for climb is 284 or Mach 0.77, but for the next phase of cruise the Mach will be 0.74 with the managed speed 275, and it is because of cost index of 10 and also calculation of the FMS. We do not insert anything else or pre-select any other speeds. Let the FMS do the prediction and calculation and manage the flight. Approaching ASMAP at flight level 300 almost. Okay, you can see some clouds ahead and may expect some turbulence over there when approaching the clouds because of cruising level. You can see as I set the pack fellow to low due to number of passengers. Everything about the cabin temperatures are perfect, and we have in cockpit 23 degrees, in forward cabin 22, and in aft cabin 23. We just go through the overhead, just 1000 to go. We passed flight level 320 and would prefer to set the cockpit temperature a little bit colder. Right now is 23. Let's see that how will happen and what will happen later in the cockpit. I asked in the post of the BoomerangSimPilot page about the selection of this selector, that in full cold and full hot and mid-range, how many differences pilot should select it. Mach, alt cruise checked. Speed reducing to 74 as you can see here. Okay, seatbelt is off. The TCAS mode should select to all and go through the system check for the engines. Everything perfect, both engines working perfectly right now. And then for the bleeds, then pressurization. The cabin altitude, as you can see, 6,400 with the differential pressure 7.8 is good. For the electric page, about DC and AC circuits, there is just 5% load more in generator number 1 than generator number 2. About the hydraulic perfect condition, about the delivery of hydraulic perfect, about the fuel, everything is good. And APU air condition cockpit reduced to 22 degrees. About the oxygen 1800, and perfect about the flight controls. Take a rest. We will commence our descent about, as you see, 157 miles later at time 1514. It will be 19 minutes later we will reach our top of descent according to this calculation. Okay, sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. We'll see you at top of descent.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, welcome on board again. We are
return to your seats.
cruising. Flight level 330, just approaching Gobit, and we have to 8 mile toward top of descent point, but as you see, due to some clouds and also moderate turbulence condition, I turned the seatbelt sign on, but before that the senior cabin crew informed us that the cabin is clear from any loose item and also catering items. Everything is ready for commencing descent. Just passing Gobit. Fuel on board is almost 4,400 kilogram for Gobit, and let's go for check that for the flight log for the Gobit after Kuber. Expected 4,100 kilograms and 32 minutes after departure. It was almost 32 minutes after departure, and we had about 250 kilogram more fuel. Okay, landing performance calculated according to condition. As you see, the latest weather information of Lima Tango Alpha Uniform, and as you can see, landing distance available is 3,000 meters. Landing distance required is 2,171 meters with the 1.15 factor, which is factored. Landing distance will be 2,479. Almost we have 500 meters more runway lengths for arrival. Oh, okay. ATC cleared us for descent. Fly level 170 now, and also we have 13 mile toward our top of descent. Approach and landing performance and also briefing calculated. Seatbelt sign is on, and we are just flying through the clouds. Ground inside, but we do not have the sky right now. Okay, commencing descent, 10 miles to top of descent. Fly level 170 each is blue, and speed descend alt. Fly level 170 blue on the FMA and primary flight display. As you see, we have almost 55 mile tailwind for this approach, and everything are perfect and very beautiful scene of Central Turkey and entering over Anatolia. We calculated according to auto brake low selection, as you see, and select the low function on the auto brake panel right now. And okay, monitor the descent rate, and also check that how the aircraft follow this approach in the managed condition. For the general and overall setup of the FMS, as you see, some airliners called in a hat pattern, and some of them called camelback, and many other names, but it's the useful and important that you started via a flight plan page, fix info, check the constraint, and also points for the lateral guidance, and also then after go through the RODNAV page for selection the VORs, check the ILS if auto tune, and also NDB or ADFs. And as you can see, I inserted final course 250 because whenever we decide to follow the VOR approach in case of a go around for return back to runway 25 right, or in case of any abnormality and malfunction with the ILS equipment, the final approach course for the VOR is 250. Progress page Lima Tango Alpha Uniform runway 25 is modified and updated for the performance. Just go through the approach page, and then after for the go around and also fuel prediction, check everything that for example we will land with 4,100 kilogram or about 4,000 kilogram of fuel at destination. In case of return back to Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet, we will have 1,300 almost fuel on board at Lima Tango Foxtrot Juliet, and then go through the secondary flight plan that we will go through the Lima Tango Alpha Uniform runway 07 in case of a selection, or go through the other runway for a landing in Kayseri Airport. Just approaching Marti, passing level 262 and descending level 170, and as you see the aircraft speed is maintained below the within the range, and the rate of descent is 2,100 feet descent rate right now. Reducing the navigation display range to 40 mile, and also everything is good. Just I forget to select the selection of TCAS to below at top of descent because of some matters. Okay, we are well cleared above clouds right now. The TAT is -9 degrees. The SAT, or static air temperature, is -29. At cruise level, the SAT was almost about -57 or some warmer temperature. Whenever the SAT is colder than 40 degrees centigrade, whenever you enter the clouds, and also icing condition, there is no need for turn on the nacelle anti-ice. Approaching Marti, then towards Saris via air mode, and we are perfectly on profile as you trace this yo-yo green circle, and when you go through the FMS progress page for the vertical deviation, whenever you are in manage mode, you can see that the vertical deviation for the time being now descending is minus almost 13 feet. We are below the vertical profile which calculated by the FMGC. Okay, just passing level 210, a nice scene of Anatolia at heart of Turkey, and we have a layer of cloud actually ahead. Very beautiful and nice afternoon for approach in Kayseri Airport. Let's go out of the aircraft, see the environment, and this beautiful Tango Charlie Delta Charlie Hotel aircraft for Pegasus airline, one of my favorite airline, and return back to the cockpit. Okay, level 200 passed, train on, weather radar already on, and just request further descent. Okay, we are unable to descend below flight level 135 according to route Whiskey 76 limitation, and we just descending non-standard to flight level 140 right now, and ATC cleared us for flight level correction for altitude of 9,000 feet. Okay, right now we set the 9,000 feet alt flight level 150 magenta. You can see that I inserted the flight level 150 over Saris, and the aircraft is at top of the speed target. We are a little bit above our profile, but aircraft is correcting that with increasing the rate. Speed is slightly increasing over Saris. Aircraft trying to reach the flight level 150, and more drag appear and disappear on top of the PFD just below the FMAs. We let the FMS and aircraft do its best, and just passing Saris down to Alpha Uniform 102, which should be at or above 9,000 feet. Okay, we reached almost flight level 150 by the aircraft calculation and also performance. More drag again appeared. Just we do not extend our speed brakes. More drag disappears, and you can see what and how much is beautiful harbor of Kayseri, and it's a very, very beautiful nature and also scene here over Turkey. Okay, thrust idle checked, alt flight level 90 blue, and speed. Thrust idle. The speed just passing 10,000 feet. Landing lights on, wing light. Notify the cabin crew for 10,000 and also astral cockpit. Okay, LS button selected here and also constraint on the right side. GPS primary accuracy high and also India Kilo Sierra Romeo with frequency 110.3 of 14 mile almost is checked, and cross check here with the chart.
We will shortly be landing. Please ensure your cabin bag is safely stowed with your laptop inside. Your tray table must be stowed. Armrests.
We are perfectly on profile
You now
during our descent,
with your seatbelt
reducing the
fastened, ready
range
for landing.
to
Please help
20 and just approaching transition level. Set QNH 1016. QNH 1016 set and cross check passing 1600 descending now, and time for approach checklist. Approach checklist BarrowRef QNH 1016 set. Seatbelt on, minimum. Barrow 3663 set. Thrust idle check, auto brake low, and engine start selector normal. Approach checklist completed. Reducing to 240 knots, and ATC cleared us to 7,000 feet, as 7,600 as you see is mandatory at Alpha Uniform 100. Okay, 7,600, and ATC tell us that inform whenever established. Okay, Alt 7,600, blue more drag, extend the speed brakes, and almost 26 mile to touchdown right now. The speed as a FMA what a beautiful scene here. Nice afternoon. Okay, time for activate the approach phase. Confirm by pilot. Monitoring and approach phase activated. We are clear for approach. ILS frequency already checked, and second autopilot. Lock star, GS blue, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1+2 checked. Okay, reducing speed. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. We are on profile perfectly and going down to 7,600, which is mandatory at Alpha Uniform 100, which is a point ahead of us, and just passing this train area as you see. GS star check, lock check, miss approach altitude of, as briefed already, 9,000 feet, and as you see here 9,000 feet as a missed approach altitude is set, and speed brake retracted, and as you already observe here on the memo with the speed brake amber indication 2500 check, flaps 2 speed checked, flaps 2. Runway in sight, and nice afternoon. Okay, landing gear down, speed check, gear down. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Okay, flaps 3, speed checked. Flaps 3. Okay, landing clearance also received. Nose light to takeoff. How much is beautiful here. It's some train and mountains surrounded the city and airport. Flaps full, speed check, flaps full, and landing checklist. ECAM memo to go.
Must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
Okay. ECAM memo landing no blue. Cabin ready. Landing checklist completed. You can see clearly runway, which is ahead at 12 o'clock, and after landing we will select the reverse to idle selection. We have auto brake in low selection, and also will continue to end of the runway. The apron is at the end to the left side, and we'll vacate the runway via left taxiway. As you observe here, we have some change in wind direction. It's a special of ground effect, and also that's because of surrounded train and going down toward the runway. Right now passing 1000 feet, stabilized. Perfect flight, and landing checklist completed, landing clearance received, and everything are prepared for our arrival toward Kayseri. Autopilot off. Checked. Increasing the rate of descent toward the runway. Reducing the rate. 1 white, 3 red. Checked. Correcting. Land. 3 white, 1 red. Correcting. Rate not higher than 1000. Checked. 100 above.
Minimum
Continue.
100.
Checked.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. 5.
Okay, reverse, idle reverse. Check spoilers, reverse green, diesel. $70 knots. Manual braking. Auto brake off. Checked. Okay, welcome to Kayseri Airport. Reducing down to safe taxi speed. And we are now continue toward next taxiways. There is no other traffic around the aerodrome for departure and arrival, and we will inform the ATC whenever vacate the runway. And also next taxiway to the left we will vacate. Let me bring up the chart of the airport. We will vacate via November. Okay. Oh, oops. Here is a elevated light, blue light for the taxiway. And time to slow down here and do the after landing items at the first start. The APU and
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved during flight.
okay.
Smoking is not permitted.
Time for after landing checklist. After landing checklist, radar and predictive wind shear system off. After landing checklist completed.
Our ground crew will help you
And
complete the journey.
you can see here that we touched down in touchdown zone and also turn to the right with application of a little bit power. APU available. Checked. Hottest brake is brake 4. Temperature 120. Checked. And reducing speed. Congested area less than 10 knots. We turn into gate 5. Nose and runway turn off light off. We do not have any marshaller here. You're aware about all items. Slowly taxi toward gate. Slightly to the right. Continue. Correcting toward the center line taxiway and perfect. A little bit power. Okay. Parking brake is on. Pressure checked. Also memo. APU bleed on. Engine number 1 off. Positive shutdown. Engine number 2 off. Positive shutdown.
Cabin crew disarm doors.
Seatbelt sign off. Okay, chocks and cones as well as GPU checked. Engine parameters are checked and also N2. Okay, beacon off and external power on. Doors are disarmed and time for cockpit to ground. Cockpit to ground. Hello, good afternoon. Deconfirmed chocks are in place. Okay, thank you. Parking brake released. Parking brake released. The time 1543 and doors. Okay. Parking checklist. Parking brake or chocks. Set engines off. Fuel pumps. Fuel pumps are off. Parking checklist completed. Okay. My friends, followers, and also channel members, thank you very much for joining me on board Pegasus flight number Sunturk 4416 from Sabiha Gökçen toward Lima Tango Alpha Uniform, Kayseri Airport. As you saw that during this flight it was a normal procedure on board this flight, and hope you have enjoyed today. As a final request, if you do not subscribe the channel yet, I appreciate it and will be glad to see your subscription and also subscribe the channel. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up as well as bell for the upcoming next video for more positive energy for upcoming video by me. Again, see you in the next and also near future. Sit back, relax, and also enjoy the ride on board BoomerangSimPilot channel. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.